It's a beautiful
that's
thing.
what it is.
Are you a Barack Obama fan?
I'm not a Barack Obama stan. I'm I'm a I'm a person who puts him into the perspective I think he needs to be put into for me, which is that there are some interesting things that he says, but I'm still waiting on a few of the things that he promised to come through. Obviously, whoever was going to be the next president was going to have to put the stimulus bill through. Yep. Because at the end of the day, you work for bankers and America's run by banksters. So, you got
You said banksters?
Banksters. You got to kick up. You know what I mean?
That's dope, yeah.
If you think about it, we have a confused idea about what a gangster is in the street, Even in New York or Minneapolis or wherever, you people think, oh, okay, my dude, he's pretty heavy in the street. He got some hustlers and whatnot. You're not a gangster. You just taking advantage of somebody's addiction.
Right.
You sitting on a corner that don't belong to you. You're going to scatter when the cops come.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is the most gangster thing you could do is what we've been doing for the past couple of 100 years, going to somebody's country and being like, oh, this was yours? Well, this is mine now. What you going to do about it?
Damn.
Who you going to send over here? oh, this was yours before? Well, now it's mine. For example, I'll give you a brief example. They said when the invasion of Afghanistan first began that a helicopter with Westerners, they didn't say whether it was mercenaries, but there are a lot of mercenaries out there, or U.S. troops. It said an attack chopper came down and they gathered all the women of a village. And they said, all right, we'll be back in about 2 hours. And broke out with them. And then brought them all back in 2 hours after they were done with them.
Like,
on some, if that's not being gangster, like, we're confused. Because we've given a different meaning to gangster, as in gangster meaning dope, we forgot the original meaning of what it is.
Yeah.
To be a real cold-blooded bastard, even to your own people or to anybody around you. Because a gangster, if he get hungry enough, he'll eat one of his own people's. That's just how it is. There ain't no love in the street. It ain't like we playing a little game where the rules are all fair and put out. Like, they don't want to catch the little guy to get to the big guy because the big guy has a $10 million lawyer. So they'd rather get the big guy, squeeze him enough so he gives up all the little guys who don't got nothing but a public pretender, and then get them all in jail making money for the system. So that's how these things get brought to light. When you see one lie, it exposes a million others. When you see what we're doing in East Africa, in West Africa, when we see what we do in Latin America, I'm not one of these people that goes around blaming the United States for everything that's wrong with the world because I don't think we're the great Satan. I feel like we just find little Satans to do all of our work for us and then kick up in the long run. So that was Saddam Hussein. He used to work for us. Manuel Noriega, another person that used to work for us. Half of the leaders in the Middle East, they got the message. They were like, all right, cool, we ain't going to change nothing. We just going to keep doing it like we doing and keep kicking up. That's just what it is.
Yo, your CD, people pass around your CD like it's Behold a Pale White Horse. Like, they give it to their friends. They're like, I can remember shout out to my man David H. out in Boston. I remember giving him a Revolutionary Volume 1 and him going, what is this? And then listening to it, I got the joint right here, the Third World, Green Lantern. You said 60,000 or so independently this year?
Yeah.
It's big. That's a good look, though. Your word's getting out there.
I mean, the beautiful thing is that the independent game is a whole lot different than the commercial scene. That I feel like there's more of a connection between a person's supporters and the artists themselves. And that goes with good things and bad things, depending on who you are. See, I don't have a rap persona. I don't have an image, you know what I mean? I don't need to dress up like myself. I'll go out and do a show like what I'm dressed as now, like whatever.
Just
like
go do it.
Like I woke up and just completely rely on my skills and everything I have. And I understand there's something to be said about appearances. I'm not going to go there without my teeth brushed or with some deep cold in my eye, But I mean, I think that the difference is that people really want to see if the story is true. When people buy a record, I think they bought a story.
Yeah.
And when they come to the show, they want to see if the artist is really that. Like, if you rhyme about being a gangster, well, then it's the countdown to when somebody in the street, maybe not in your hood, but maybe you're going to go to Miami someday. Yeah. Or maybe you'll be in Minneapolis. Yeah. Or maybe you'll be in Chicago. And there's going to be people out there that have been living a real life, whether it's robbing and stealing, whether it's hustling, whether someone's down on their luck, and they're going to be like, oh, this dude's a gangster. Well, let's find out how much of a gangster
Word
he
up.
is now. You rhyme about being a pimp, and then people, they see you with a girl, they think she's gonna be for sale. You know, they see you
Right.
taking your mom to the store on Sunday. They think you got a special on old bitches that day. You know what I mean? That's just how niggas are. I'm keeping it 100
no,
right now.
I fuck with you heavy right now.
I'm telling you that when you rhyme about certain things, that manifests itself in your life. If you gravitate towards ignorance, you gravitate towards nonsense. If you gravitate towards violence and decadence, then what you expect to manifest itself in your life. Like the problem is that I think that hip hop doesn't necessarily need to be one thing or another. Like I think we can love music that makes us dance, and that's beautiful. I think that should never leave hip-hop. I think if everybody rhymed like I did about, the terrible things that are going on in the world, then hip-hop would be boring.
Definitely.
But I think that if we had a balance of it, you know what I mean, then I think it would be what it used to be, which is a representation of our people and more culture. Because I love hearing music you could dance to. I love, being in the club, seeing beautiful women dance like that. Who doesn't like that?
Definitely.
But I think the other side of it needs to be addressed too, and we need to really look at what we're putting into this culture and how it's affecting everything that we have as a people.
Are you a Lil Wayne fan?
I mean, I've liked certain songs that he's done, but you know what I mean. I don't think I've ever bought an album.
Who do you check for? Who do you like?
I mean, I like a lot of different people. It really depends to me. For example, like I could listen to somebody's music and whatever, but I think there's a difference between being a fan and a supporter. Like a fan, I would say, is more of a sycophant, somebody that would just listen to something on the radio or because all their friends like it, they determine that it's hot because it's a trend, not because they personally think, oh man, I really like who this person is and who this artist is. And I think that's the difference between mainstream and underground too. There's a lot of people that they really investigate who that person really is, and they're like, wow, I never knew that he did this or he did that or he went here or he was born there or what is his opinion on this. There's a lot more interaction that you have to do, and I would say I'm not a fan of hip hop. I'm a supporter. I'm part of hip hop.
Definitely.
So if there's someone I know out there who is doing a new record or something like that, like I'll check it out. I'll definitely look for it. You know what I mean? Like if there are people like I don't know, when I see the schedule of records that are coming out at Koch independently and stuff like that, I'll definitely check and be like, yo, if one of my peoples has something, I'll go out there and get it. My man Chino Excel got a record coming out. I heard there's gonna be a Slaughterhouse album. I definitely want to see that. My man Poison Pen got a record. There's a lot of people that I want to hear the whole thing, and not just a song or two, but I want to be able to listen to a whole album straight through and be like, oh, okay, all these are murder,
Yeah, you and Poison Pen had like a joint thing you did last year when you kind of like put an album out. I thought you presented it when I talked to Penn this weekend. He was like, no, it wasn't really like that.
It was just his label that got jumpy and stuff. But yeah, I helped him out. Just putting some cuts together for like a little mixtape that they put out.
Right.
So really, right now he has his official album coming out, The Money Shot, and then a whole lot of other people that I work with are working on records too. And then some of my people's just in the New York underground, whether it be Ill Bill and La Coca Nostra or Saigon or whoever else. Her Dead Prez working on a new record. Just if I hear something that captures my eye, you know what I mean, or captures my ear, then I'm really gonna do my best to get out there and get that record. And I think that's the big difference. That I'm one of those people that I might even burn it off the internet. And if I like it, then I'll buy it.
Right.
But I keep it 100.
You're a supporter.
If I really like it, then I'll buy it. And that's one of the things that's helped me too. I've been in a position where people will come up to me and be like, yo, I burned your album off the internet for free, or I want to buy it from you. And I'm like,
that's
really?
real.
All right, cool. I was in Miami, and some Dominican cats came up to me though. Yo, we burn your music, man, but we want to get it from you. I mean, it's a CD ahorita, man. Let's go. What's good, man? Que lo que es? I was like, all right, my man, here, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the beauty of being in the underground. That you find a lot of real supporters and not just a bunch of sycophants.
Yeah.
Bin Laden didn't blow up the projects. It was you, nigga. Tell the truth, nigga.
Bush knocked down the towers.
Tell the truth, nigga.
Bush knocked down the towers.
Tell the truth, nigga. Bin Laden